The Champions League, guys. Champions League. Napoli, come to Anfield. Look, we know about it. Mr. Mertens, Dries, whatever his name is, had a little bit to say about the. This is Anfield. Welcome to Anfield. Whatever the sign was, he had to say. Ancelotti had some things to say, build him to the game. It's all good. It's all good. All talking comes to an end. All talking comes to an end now. The guys playing on the pitch. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. I think we know not having Gomez is something that is going to be a frustrating situation during this period of time that he's not going to be here. What's up, bro? What's up? What's up? Good to see you. Good to see you. But I think Van Dijk, Matip. I don't know if Matip is. I'm sorry, not Van Dijk. Lovren, Matip. I don't know if Lovren is okay from his concession. God, I can't speak today. I'm so excited for the game. Concussion or what? I'm gonna go with Matip. I wouldn't be surprised if Lovren was there. And the rest of the team kind of, well, the rest of the back four with goalkeeper and front three kind of pick itself. I think the midfield is where it's going to be really interesting. For me, I want to see a Naby, Genie, and Fabinho. That's just me. That's what I think a lot of us wanted to see for a while now. Injuries, different situations, trying to get our new guys up to speed are reasons why we probably haven't seen that. I think it's now now is the time to start to see that a little bit more. I think to see how they work together. I think in the last game they all three of them played, and you can see what they do, and you can see in the different games between Bournemouth and Burnley what Naby really has defensively, just kind of locking things off, going forward, passing the ball, attacking. Excuse me, guys. So looking forward to seeing that in the front three. They Mane will be fresh and back, which is really good. As much as anyone would have been disappointed that he didn't play so much in the last couple of games, you got to know this as big as this game is, we're gonna need him. But look, I've spoken about it before. I know a lot of people question my support of Liverpool, which I don't give a damn. That's fine. Continue to do that. Let's see what my man Strider has to say. Agree with that midfield. I never want to see Henderson play in the Champions League. He does the job. Yeah, listen. Um, I can't disagree with that Premier League, but doesn't give enough going forward. Yeah, I gotta agree with that. This is what I don't want to see. I don't want to see that Brexit plus one. I don't want to see Milner, Hendo, and Genie. Milner, Hendo, and I don't want to see Milner, Hendo with any equation in any setup for the midfield. It has got to be Naby and Fab in there. It has to be to give us the best chance defensively going forward. Give us a little bit of verve, man, a little bit of something to really hang a hat on. Klopp has got to stop going with this kind of tried and tested in his mind midfield. Love what Milner can do for us. Love what Hendo can do for us sometimes. If I had to pick between the two, I think Milner is definitely the guy I would prefer to play most games, just for what he offers. Um, it looks that way that he performs in big games. I think today is really going to show it. And let me talk about Salah. I was talking about the whole support for Liverpool and everything, because I've gone on different platforms and said things about Salah, and I think people question whatever. Here's my thing with Salah. These are the moments right here. These are the moments where he needs to show and prove. This is almost like a final, or to maybe dumb it down a bit, maybe like a quarterfinal, second leg. Okay, fine. But essentially, it's you win or you go home. And like Virgil Van Dijk said, we brought this on ourselves. There's nowhere in the world we should be at a place now. And honestly, we're very fortunate. We're very fortunate because not too many teams can lose 3 matches in their group stage and still have a chance to go through. 3 matches away from home, mind you, and still have a chance to go through. We have a very small chance of going through. There's a lot of different variables of us going through. Obviously, if PSG lose, that's a big if. Though us and Napoli have dropped points there, so you never know. I'm willing to bet PSG will probably smack them up though. But if they lose, then it does change the situation as far as how many we have to score, what we have to score to go through. But listen, we need to be going there to win and not we've done enough of banking on and leaning on what other people do. We have to go there and win. I'm sorry, we have to welcome Napoli at our place and win the game. It's as simple as that. I think for me it's going to be a 3-1, and I'll talk more about just why I think that and the team and all that in general. But back to Napoli. we know what they have. To me, it's going to be a very, very, very good match. Tonight should be a night to remember, and I think it may have kind of similar that similar feel to the Dortmund match that we were able to come back in the second leg and knock them out and go further in the Europa League. So it needs to be one of those nights. It needs to be a night like that, or when we welcome City. The fans are going to need to be pretty essential, integral to what Liverpool do in this match tonight, and hopefully going forward. I say Kalidou versus Van Dijk. Um, I hope we don't use our position in the league as an excuse if we lose. Yeah, well, there'll be people who do that, so be prepared for that. This is a must win for me. Yeah, listen, look, I've kind of gone through this in my head, back and forth of what I really feel and how I feel about if we get knocked out of here. Here's the thing: if we get knocked into the Europa League, my thinking was, you play a weak side and just get out of that so you can focus on the league. But these are all chances to win trophies. We've won the Champions League before. We've won Europa League before at some point. But I think it's a chance to win a trophy, and so you don't want to poo-poo or disrespect any competition. Look, again, if we get knocked out, we deserve to get knocked out. There's no, oh, no, 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 no. If we get knocked out, we deserve to get knocked out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Any means necessary, Malcolm X. Top teams perform in the Champions League, plain and simple. We need to at least show a strong performance. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I mean, we do. And again, we need to show and prove that we are at least one of, if not the best team in this group. We got to show that. Beating Napoli today also would mean that we've beaten every team in the group. You know, um, so not all the teams can say that. So this is at home. We need to make Anfield a fortress. We need to, all those things that I keep hearing about. Um, we need to do that. Thompson says, "Hello, man. This will be beyond intense. Main players need to step up." Yeah. Did I see a lineup in the group? I think I might have Barca, but again, Salah needs to be big today. A lot of our players do. A lot of our star players do. Mane, for me, no one's immune from the expectation of playing well today. But if Salah is this world class player that I keep hearing and people like to keep saying, these are the games that we need him to step up in. Because this is do or die right here. This is do or die. I'm not saying he has to go and make a hat trick or, be necessarily the best player, but he needs to have a serious impact. Because it's crunch time now. Backs against the wall. Napoli are a good side. I think they'll be stingy. There's been talk of them attacking. I think Ancelotti is a very, very bright manager. He knows Liverpool well enough, and I think that's where some of the sourness is coming from of the trash talk he's had before the game. But if he comes to Anfield and plays attacking football, God bless him. God bless him. So I don't see that happen. I think that's a pump fake on Ancelotti. He's just saying that because he wants to maybe throw things off a little bit or maybe get Liverpool excited. And I think he will play more of a defensive style of football because at the end of the day, he'll look at it as, look, last game we kept them from scoring. They kept us from scoring from large parts of that game. We got the last goal, but I think we can go blow for blow with them if we play defensive. I don't think they'll be able to break us down. So it's up to Liverpool to do that. But I say Koulibaly and Van Dijk because to me right now they're two of the best defenders playing football right now. Right in this moment they're playing a high level of football. Both very intelligent, both very much so leaders on the pitch, even if they're not wearing the armband. Both are really good with the ball at their feet. And just colossal dudes for set piece options, especially Koulibaly. And so I think they'll have very, very, depending on how the teams do, if there are set piece opportunities, which I think there'll be a good amount of, they will come literally head to head. They will come literally head to head. And it's really about mano a mano, man to man. They know what people are saying about them. They know how good they both are equally. So it'll be really, really interesting to see who wins that battle in the trenches. I put it on Twitter. That matchup, people are talking about maybe other matchups. Maybe they're talking about, our fullbacks and their attacking players, Calhoun, Dries Martins, Insigne, things like that. So But I think a key match and also matchup is the midfield, and I think the midfield is really going to be a telltale sign of who wins this game. Last game they dominated the midfield, but who was in the midfield for us? Okay, Mane always show up in big games. Salah, Firmino need to do the same. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. The defense will be huge too. They need to bring the PO for. I'm not worried about the defense though. That's the thing. I mean, I know Napoli. I know in the Champions League we haven't been great as far as conceding goals. It's mainly away. I think we conceded two in the first game against PSG. Towards the end of that game, I think that goal tally really flattered PSG that night. But I don't really worry too much about the defense to be honest. Even in the Champions League, being as though we've conceded as many as we've conceded. So, but you're right. I mean, obviously the defense has to be good. I think they will be. No matter who's partnered with Van Dijk. I think Trent has gotten a good amount of rest. He'll be fit and firing, and I'm sure he's up for this game at home, being the scouser that he is. So, not worried too much about the defense. For me, it's really the selection of the midfield and can we get our attacking guys going. That's really what it comes down to because like I said, to me, it needs to be a 3-1 scoreline. 3-1. Um, or, I mean, not needs to be, but I think that's what it will be. I think I can see Napoli scoring from a set piece. It needs to be 1-0 or we win by 2 goals or we need PSG to lose. But we can't leave. We can't. We've done enough of leaving it in other people's hands and trying to help us out. We've run out of lifelines. You know what I mean? So, if we want to be a millionaire, we got to just go get it. Um, the thing about Salah that keeps him on the field, even when he's not performing, is his positioning on the field. He's always in the right place at the right time. Yeah, that's true. That and he that was a prime example of that in the game against Bournemouth. I mean, this dude, yeah. So and I think him and Mane, because Mane is a guy who, one, we don't really have a lot of cover for him, but also he's a guy who he can run all day, all season. I mean, he's very fit. But same with him. He makes intelligent runs all the time, and is always really putting himself about to get in these good positions to receive the ball, maybe pass it off to someone else, or make something for himself. So, yeah, makes him a threat regardless if he scores or not. And defense hate that. Yeah, I agree with that, Strider. Napoli doing a lot of trash talk. They are. They are. I don't know about I should have looked at that. The Lovren being available or not today before I came on, but I didn't, so I don't know. If anyone does know or they receive any information in the next few minutes, let us know. Um, who do you guys prefer? Do you prefer Lovren over Matip? Do you prefer Matip? Let me know what you guys think. Who you think who should start, and then your midfield. I know a few people say they agree with the Genie, Naby, and Fab. Give me who you think, and give me who you think it will be. So give me your preferred midfield, and then give me who you think Klopp will go with. I have a real strange feeling that he's going to go with Milner and Henderson. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but I have a really strong feeling that it's going to be something like, Milner, Naby, and Hendo or something like that, with maybe Naby more of the forward of the three. But I just got a feeling these games he loves going with one of those guys. So Lovren shows up in big games, bro. A lot of experience. Yeah, that's mostly true. I think I'll go with that. Strider, honestly, don't mind Milner and Hendo will be unforgivable. uh, yeah, okay, Milner, okay, yeah, I wouldn't mind Milner either. In there with maybe like, honestly, I wouldn't mind a Genie Milner Naby. I still think Fabinho and Naby in there together, and you can see what Klopp was kind of thinking all this time. This is why the few things that bother me about Klopp, um, this is the things I like about him far so exceed the things I don't. But he's such a smart dude, man. And I know he comes off as this goofy, silly, comical character in interviews and things like that, but this is the plan he had all along. Get Naby, get Fab up to speed. It may take me some time, but I can depend on these other guys. And that's why it's so important for guys like Genie, Milner to step up this season because Klopp really needed that. And he really gave they really gave that trust back to him. You know what I mean? It's like, look, we know we got to get our new guys up to speed. We're going to hold it down with the help of Shaqiri. We're going to hold it down until, these guys are ready. And you can see it. This is what he wanted. Let me play Fab a little bit separately from Naby, then play them together just before this massive game in Napoli. So I I hope that means that they're gonna be playing together. I don't know. I don't know. And honestly, I think to have Henderson come off the bench in a game where we're in control isn't the worst option. You know what I mean? So Hendo's good for that high intense pressing. If we don't play that way, he's useless. Yeah, really want Fab, Genie, Shaq. Fab, Genie, Shaq. Okay. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. So you're thinking of 4-2-3-1, Thompson? I think in a game like this, we probably that's probably what we'll see. And I think again it should be Genie Fab in the those kind of holding areas. Although Fab can get forward, Genie can get forward, and sometimes whoever's getting forward, the other guy just sits. And then have Naby as that more attacking guy. I know people think Naby can't play that kind of 8-10 hybrid blend position, but I think he can. I know you said Shaq. Shaq, yeah, okay. That's so you're saying okay. So Naby and Fab in the holding, and then you said Fab and Genie, sorry, and then Shaq. Okay, Shaq is at 10. Yeah, I think the 4-2-3-1 is probably a formation that we can probably expect to see. I think when you're playing against some of these, because in my opinion, they're going to sit back a bit. I think they'll try to catch us on the counter, which they have the players that can hurt us that way. But I think they'll probably sit back a bit and then allow us to come on to them. So if that's a situation, then I can definitely see 4-2-3-1. But I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see. Hendo is good for okay. I think at this point, Genie is the most important player in the midfield. Yeah, it certainly looks that way. It certainly looks as if he's first name on the team sheet most of these games. Muntaha, what's up, man? Hi, bro. Now you guys should go for 4-3-3. This is the best because it gives you extra midfielder rather than two mids and 4-2-3-1. Yeah, I mean logically that definitely makes sense. That's obviously the case, but I just think you're probably right. We might go 4-3-3. But I just feel like against teams that, and again, I'm assuming about Napoli. If Napoli come attacking, then the 4-3-3 definitely I think fits better. But if they sit back, from what I've seen from Liverpool, we do better with the 4-2-3-1, 4-2-3-1 against those kind of teams. So, but we'll see. I mean, I think the 4-3-3 definitely is a formation that could work. It's worked for us in the past. And I also think the 4 I just love the idea that we can actually go between two different formations and not really seem to lose much going forward, defensive, whatever the case may be. So it's Ancelotti again. It's Ancelotti again. He knows about Anfield. We know about him. We know about his teams, how they set up, and he will come to play. I've heard it on a podcast the other day of him being kind of the Champions League whisperer. He does well. He does well, and he'll have that going in his favor. But we are Liverpool, and we're welcoming a team to Anfield. That should mean something. That should mean something. So hopefully we can get the job done. Hopefully, again, as many people have said in the comments so far, our star players star up. Star players need to star up, and we need to be hungry. I want to see an incredible will, an incredible fight, determination to defeat this team. Alon in the midfield is a beast. Hamsich on his day is really, really, really good. So we've got to be really strong and physical in that midfield, and these are the reasons why. Not because I don't like Hendo, not because I don't like Milner or anybody else. I just think you have to match them physically. And to me, a Genie, Fab, Naby midfield is the midfield that's going to match them physically. Milner is tough and can put a tackle in. That's cool. And again, I said I don't mind him playing. Henderson can do that from time to time, but he's not really a guy that's going to match guys' toughness, in my opinion. Mane says Napoli will go with three at the back, 4-2-3-1. Would suit us. Yeah. We went 4-3-3 in Napoli and they blocked the wings. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like I think the 4-2-3-1 is that's just as weird. That's where it's at right now. That's what we need to be looking at. That's the formation I think. Although obviously we're very fluid in everything that we do at Liverpool, so it's probably not that big of a deal. But I think the 4-2-3-1 probably gives us the best chance. Todd said I think so. Shaq should start. Okay, because you can later in the game later in the game you can switch forward. Yeah, that's the thing. It's very flexible. Again, I wouldn't mind Shaq starting, but again, I just don't. To me, the most comfortable midfield is as I've said already is Naby, Fab, and Genie. I mean that's you've got your you got your strength, your power. You got the speed, you got your intellect, you got that one midfielder who can actually two because Fab is very underrated at that. But Naby is that guy that kind of drive through, especially if they're sitting back. You got Fab who can break the play up. You got Genie who can do a little bit of everything, going forward, recycle, break play up, defend, make a pass, take a shot from distance. He doesn't do that enough for me, but you have those guys that can do that, and so that's what I would like to see. But we'll see, man. We'll see, and hopefully when the lineups come out, we're happy with what we see. That's all I can say. This is a big game. I think Klopp, if you can critique him, he's wrong for probably not making the best decisions as far as lineups in some of these games, especially away. So, but we're at home. There should be an element of comfort with that. Get some home cooking. But we gotta just fight. We gotta fight because that's what Napoli's gonna do. They got a strong, 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 confident side over there, especially under that manager, determined to show um, that Serie A is no joke. And then one of the teams that coming out of Serie A that, again, like Roma did, are probably looking to try to go far in this tournament. And so we got to be ready for it. Got to be prepared. No excuses. Today is game day. All the talking comes to an end. So let's see. Maybe hopefully by halftime we'll be excited. We'll be happy. And it's looking positive. But I'll see you guys when the lineup comes out. Thank you so much for all of you guys. At one point it was up to 11. Thank you for all the love, man. Let me give a shout out to the guys who are always here. Mame, what's up? Straight, I haven't seen you in a while. Taha, much love to you. Thompson, good to see you, brother. Who else was up in here? Might have been it. Yeah, thanks Strider and Mame, man, for being so active with the comments and all the love, man. Really appreciate you guys. So much love. See you soon.